Hello, Philadelphia. Hello, Philadelphia. This is Music Talk, and I am your host, the one and only Brittney O'Rourke, and I am here today to bring, again, one fabulous show all about the business of music, the only show that you know that brings it to you like I bring it to ya. And I want you guys to know that the segment today is brought to you by the Publicity and Advertising Division of American Advertising Services. For absolutely free advertising help, please give them a call at 484-562-0060. Again, that's 484-562-0060. Again, that's for free advertising help. If you have a new business, small business, large business, you just need ideas, give them a call. It's a great, great opportunity for you and you only. Today, I have with me America's favorite pixie. Philadelphia natives, you would definitely know this lady. She has been such an inspiration to me already. I definitely hope that she's the same for you. I would like to welcome aboard Miss Jane Norman.
Well, Brittney, thank you. It's so much fun to be here. You're my soul sister.
I know. I feel the same way.
Honest to goodness.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited to talk about everything you've done, everything you're doing, everything you're going to do in the future. You are so amazing to me.
Well, thank you. You too.
So welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's dig right in. A holiday evening of love to New York City. What are they talking about? What you got going on?
Well, this really is exciting. I mean, I do a cabaret act and have done it just about everywhere. But believe it or not, I have never done it in New York.
Oh, wow.
This is really a cabaret debut for me.
Yay.
And I'm going to be performing at what used to be the iconic, I guess we would call it, Studio 54.
Wow.
And now it's called 54 Below. 54 and it is so beautiful. It is just like an intimate living room. It's very sexy. It's just, it's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, I want to go. You got me.
I hope that you're going to come.
I have to.
And we're going to do, it is called A Holiday Evening of Love.
Okay.
And I'll be doing a lot of songs from the Great American Songbook, and we'll be doing some jazz. And my guest for that evening is a lovely gentleman called Paul Jost.
Nice.
And he's a terrific harmonicist, which means he plays a harmonica.
Right.
And he and I are going to be performing together, but it's just going to be a fun evening for everybody. And the most exciting part is that if you live in the Philadelphia area and you don't feel like driving and have the hassles of parking in New York, we're having a bus that leaves from 191 Presidential Boulevard, which is a big apartment building.
Okay.
And you board the bus. The bus will be taking you right to the venue, right to 54 Below.
Perfect.
Doors open at 5. You'll be able to go in, get a great seat, have dinner there because I must tell you, the food is terrific. The show starts at 7.
Okay.
And this is all, believe it or not, the bus trip and the show, $50, which is unheard of for a night in New York.
Oh, wow. What do they do? How do they get
to there is a $25 minimum charge for food and beverage.
Okay. So we can do $25. That's okay.
And it's truly going to be worth it. And we're going to have so much fun. And if people would love to board the bus, which I hope they will.
Absolutely.
They can go onto my website, which is Pixanne, PIXANNE.com.
Perfect.
And on the homepage, there's a little PDF thing, and you click on there, and you'll be able to print out a form, a very, very tiny little form, that you send in with your $50 to an address that's on there.
Perfect.
And you just fill out how many tickets you want.
There it is.
And you can just board the bus and go there.
Let's fill up this bus, ladies and gentlemen. We're going. It's a holiday evening of love with Pixanne. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that for under $50. Only $50. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I love it. And what day is this?
This is a Thursday, December the 19th.
Mark your calendars, people. And this is at 54 Below in New York City. Get on the bus, relax, get there, eat dinner, and be a part of a great show.
Thank you.
That is exciting.
I can't wait to have you come.
I know. I can't wait to either. I cannot wait either. I'm not a native of Philly, so saying that, I've never seen you perform, and I would absolutely love to.
You must have had a deprived childhood.
Just a little bit.
My goodness, you never had a chance to watch Pixanne.
Never. So
she turned out all right anyway, though, folks.
I'm okay, right? It's okay. I'm able to witness an amazing woman right now. You guys, you have no idea. I wish you could be here and witness the energy. All right, Miss Norman, tell me this. you're going to do this show in New York, and it's a big deal for you, but you've done millions of things. You have so much success under your belt. Let's back it up. When did you start singing?
Well, I was 2.5 when I wasn't singing, but
You're trying.
my mom tells the story because I don't remember this.
Okay.
But she was upstairs and she was vacuuming. She turned off the vacuum and she heard a Mozart sonata coming from downstairs, and she figured that she had left the radio on. So she goes down, and instead of the radio, she saw me playing a Mozart sonata note for note correctly.
You've got to stop it.
No, I was a toddler, and anything I heard, I was able to play.
Wow.
So at 3, she decided that I should have some lessons, which I did. And then when I was 8, I composed a piece that the Philadelphia Orchestra played.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Are you? She said, mm-hmm.
And then my mother thought, I am sure that my career was downhill all the way. But then later on, I always loved performing. I just loved performing.
Wow.
And decided that I would be a teacher, so I would always have something to fall back on. That's very important.
That's what they tell you. That's right.
They
That's
do.
Right.
So after I finished teaching for about 4 years.
What did you teach?
I taught kindergarten.
Aw,
taught
the
5-year-olds. I would be singing and telling stories, and we would be doing plays.
Oh, yeah.
But I graduated from Temple University.
Okay.
And when I was there, I believe it or not, I'm really not this old, but I was one of the first females, all you ladies out there.
Yes.
The first female in the radio and television department.
Wow, what an honor to be
it was
with
a
you
hoot.
today.
The odds were pretty terrific.
Wow, that's huge.
So I really wanted to be on television. That's truly what I wanted to be.
Okay.
Actually, I wanted to do Broadway.
Wow.
And I wanted to play Peter Pan on Broadway because I always wanted to be able to fly.
Wow.
So when I thought that I'm going to create a children's television program in which I would fly like Peter Pan.
Right.
So this is a funny story. I knew Lou Klein, who was at Channel 6 at that time, because he was one of my mentors and one of my instructors.
Awesome.
So I went to Channel 6 and I said, Lou, I need to do a children's television program. And he said, well, we already have some people here. Mm-hmm. Why don't you walk across the street to Channel 10?
Oh, wow.
So I did. Brittney, I don't advise anybody to do this now. No resume, no appointment. Walked in and asked to see the program director.
Okay.
And he happened to be there and he said, yes, and what can I do for you? And this brazen person that I was back then said, no, I really think it's what I can do for you.
Boom. Wow.
And he looked at me as though I were absolutely crazy. He either thought she is really crazy or maybe she's got some talent.
Exactly.
So he took me back into this cavernous studio, which is now the news studio.
Uh-huh.
And he said, well, show me what you can do. There was a piano in there.
Huh.
And I sang and I told stories and I got him involved and did everything the way I was doing it with my kindergarten kids. And he said, oh, my goodness, you are really good.
You were a hit.
Go home and think of a program idea.
Wow.
So that night, Pixan was born.
Wow.
The dinner table conversation. And since I wanted to be Peter Pan, I thought, wait a minute, why not a female Peter Pan character who can fly?
There you go.
So the next day went back, created the whole idea of a magic forest. And for those of you who do remember Pixan, there was a witch whose name was Windy.
Wow.
And she was right from the very beginning, and all Fluffy Butterfly and Augie Owl and all the characters that some of you might remember. And he said to me, do you think you could be on the air in 2 weeks? I said, well, of course. How crazy am I to say no?
Right, exactly.
And they created this wonderful, beautiful forest for me. And the rest is history.
Wow. How long were you on air for?
Well, in Philadelphia, it was about 9.5 years, and which was a long run.
That doesn't happen. Even today, that's not even happening.
And then I went to New York and did the show for Channel 5, WNEW in New York.
Wow.
Then we put the show into national syndication.
And
we're actually the only kids show that was a local show that ever aired in national syndication. And that all together with everything, we had a 17-year run.
Wow.
It's a long time.
Jane.
How can that be when I'm only 15 now?
Exactly. I don't even understand it. The math is not making sense.
But I have to tell you, my first love has always been singing.
And to this day.
It really has been. And recording.
Absolutely.
I love to be in the recording studio, and this is where I would love to just die when that time comes when I'm 150.
There you go.
I want to be sitting on a stool in a recording studio, hitting a high C, and just keel right over. And the engineer would say, I wonder whatever happened to Jane.
Wow. And we're laughing, but you're serious. That is exactly how you wanted to go. I love it. I absolutely love it. So how are you feeling these days? Like, do you feel like, you know what, I've done everything in life I've wanted to do? Or do you still have that, well, I still never done
You know,
this?
that's a great question. No one ever asked me that question, Brittney. Very good. I have no regrets.
Absolutely not.
And I think that's a wonderful thing to reach a certain age when you think, oh my golly, I wish I had done that, or I wish I had done that differently. I have absolutely no regrets, and do feel that whenever I would not be here anymore, there was almost nothing that I haven't done that I really wanted to do. Hence the concert, the show at 54 Below.
Which is coming up right now.
Because that's something that I had not done, was play New York.
Wow.
So that is kind of like a lifelong dream for me, and I'm just hoping that everybody will share that with me.
Wow. Absolutely, we will. 54 Below, right in New York. You guys, this is December 19th. Board the bus. Get online right now. That's Pixanne.com, Pixanne.com. It's right on the homepage. You click the little PDF. I remember every word she said. And you print out the sheet. It's easy form. Let's go. Let's support Pixanne for everything that she's done for Philly. And it's just incredible. Your story is amazing. I'm so excited to just be here. You have no idea.
Oh.
Wow. 7:00. How do you prepare for this show?
Good question. I've been rehearsing, of course, and we're going to be having a piano, bass, drum, flute, and sax.
Flute and sax.
Indeed, and he does some wonderful work.
Wow.
These are the top musicians in the country.
How do you find them? Have they been rocking out with you since day one?
Well, two of them have recorded with me.
Okay.
They're on every recording that I ever made.
Wow.
They're just so fine, just absolutely wonderful musicians.
Yes.
And we've got a terrific rapport.
Great.
And I've been rehearsing with my pianist, whose name is Dean Schneider, and he has been on tour with some of the greats, including Diane Carroll and Bernadette Peters.
Wow.
And I'm so lucky to have him.
Yes.
I really am.
And he's
so
lucky
we've
to have
been
you.
rehearsing, and then we do a rehearsal with the whole band on Tuesday coming up.
Wow.
And another one in December.
Wow.
And we are going to be prepared.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So a lot
We are ready.
Yes. Do you know what you're going to wear?
I do.
Oh, great.
I do.
Don't tell us. Don't tell us.
I won't tell. It's a surprise.
I just want to know. That's something. We're women, like that's what I think about. What am I going to wear tonight?
The only thing that's worrying me
big show.
are the shoes.
Yes, the shoes.
Because I've got a real high pair of heels.
Oh, rock 'em.
And they look so good.
Yes.
But they're so hard to walk in. And when I go into the audience, I have to go down the steps.
Yes.
Like there are 4 steps, and there's no railing, and I don't want to break my neck.
No,
so
no, we're not gonna
that
do
may
those
be
shoes.
modified a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to take a very short break, Jane, and we'll be right back with Pixanne, you guys.
Into rock and roll? Then visit Philadelphia's Hard Rock Cafe. Enjoy the huge menu and especially view the memorabilia. There's the legendary Jim Morrison jacket acquired from Danny Sugarman, manager of The Doors. Then see the guitar that John Mayall created. He played with Eric Clapton. Elton John's Uncle Sam costume, Shakira's leather pants. The list goes on. Memorabilia from Jimi Hendrix and Joan Jett. Come in for lunch or dinner or enjoy a cocktail at the Hard Rock Cafe bar. The Hard Rock Cafe, 12th and Market Streets in Philadelphia. It's an experience. Also hosting corporate events, social gatherings, bar and bat mitzvahs. Hard Rock Cafe is COOL, cool. 12th and Market Street, 215-238-0639, 215-238-0639, 12th and Market Street in Philadelphia.
We're a Philadelphia advertising agency, American Advertising Services, and our job is to create solutions for your business problems. Do you want more customers, more sales for your products or business services? American Advertising has helped many, many area companies, large ones, small ones, family-owned firms just like yours. If you are in business and serious, make American Advertising your advertising agency. Per job assignments welcomed. American Advertising Services. We are serious about helping your business.
American Advertising Services is located at 29 Bala Avenue, Bala Cynwyd, PA 19004. 29 Bala Avenue, Bala Cynwyd, PA 19004. You can call them at 484-562-0060, 484-562-0060, 484-562-0060. It's new, a grand music venue in the heart of the main line. Now open, see the schedule of performances at www.ardmoremusichall.com. The venue is located at the legendary 23 East Lancaster Avenue address in Ardmore, once known for its musical talent. Free parking nearby. For full information and tickets, see their webpage at ardmoremusichall.com. That's ardmoremusichall.com or call 610-649-8389, 610-649-8389. That webpage again, ardmoremusichall.com.
Are you having a holiday get-together or celebration? Music can make your event. Call Music at 484-562-0067. Allow them to provide the music, a DJ, a band. Musicians are individuals, choir, or gospel. Call Music at 484-562-0067. Again, that's 484-562-0067.
The major holidays are almost upon us. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's. Are you prepared for your holiday party events and other needs? Call Whims for Rent. They are a professional event planning company and can package your entire business or personal holiday event, or simply provide specific needs. They provide entertainment such as DJs or three-piece bands, Christmas carol choirs, or even Santa Claus. Other entertainment possibilities include walk-around magicians, fortune tellers, or look-alike celebrities. They aid large corporate events, smaller business attractions, and family affairs. Just tell them your goals. For a free consultation and free ideas, contact Whims for Rent at 484-562-0067. Again, that's 484-562-0067. They are located at 29 Bala Ave in Bala Cynwyd, Pennsylvania, or visit them on the web at www.phillybizmedia.com.
The internet today is a must for businesses and organizations to represent themselves. A must. For the generations of business owners who did not have the advantage of an internet education beginning in grade school, there is basic help. Call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060. Our organization of marketing personnel, traditional and IT, will set up basic internet advertising aids for your business or organization at a modest fee. Basics. No big deals, no big cost, just basics. Plus a free get-to-know-your-goals meeting. Call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060. That's 484-562-0060. Be with it, or else you will be out of it. Again, call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060.
Need a speaker for your business meeting, organization, social group? Need a speaker who is entertaining, informative, or both? Need a speaker who is an authority on a subject close to your interests? We provide them. We are this region's Speakers Bureau. Call us at 484-562-0067. 484-562-0067.
Music Talk. That's what you're listening to. This is Brittney O'Rourke. This is Brittney O'Rourke. And we were having some crazy good conversation off air. You guys, I have with me today Miss Jane Norman, Philly native, Philly legend. You know her as Pixan. I know her today as a major inspiration. I call her a kindred spirit. And she agreed with me, didn't you, Jane?
Absolutely. It was there from the first time we met, and we just met.
And this is very true. This is very true. She does not lie, not on this air. Began her career as a kindergarten teacher. And you can hear it in her voice. If you've been listening, she sounds like a storyteller. I mean, I could just sit back and listen. And one day in the Enchanted Forest, I can just hear it. It's just your voice. I love it. I love it. I love it. You began your career as a kindergarten teacher. Now you're singing in New York City. You cut albums, 17 albums?
Yes, and we're going to do another show sometime.
Shut up.
Because you and I have to talk about the music business, and I know you do that all the time.
Absolutely.
And I might have something to contribute to you about how to, what to do and how to really get into that business. We'll
if
do
we
it
could
again.
Squeeze it in, if we could squeeze a little bit in, because I know that my listeners, that's what they need. But you're so interesting, it doesn't even matter if we don't get it in right now, because you are phenomenal. You started as a kindergarten teacher, and I know if you're touching my life right now, you've touched millions of lives. And as a kindergarten teacher, that's almost like that's like one of your first, second mommies as a child. Like, you love your teacher.
Absolutely.
When you're a kindergartner. Tell me this story on air about this child that you said sat by your elbow as you played the piano. What?
Well, I would do a lot of songs and stories and theater. You know, we would create plays all the time. And I noticed that whenever I was singing and playing the piano, this darling little boy who was 5 years old would just be at my elbow, entranced.
Wow.
So I sent a note home to his mom. Mm-hmm. And I said, I really think that Billy needs to have piano lessons because he's very interested. And she sent a note back to me, well, isn't he too young? And I said, absolutely not.
No.
He was so interested. Okay, forgot all about that. Move ahead 40 some odd years. My husband and I were going to the Fairmont Hotel in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And who is headlining but my little 5-year-old Billy, who is probably now 45.
Right. And you didn't recognize him. I'm sure you didn't.
No, well, I didn't really, although he didn't look that much different.
Wow.
When I think about it.
Wow.
He recognized me because we were right up front. And he said, oh, my God, ladies and gentlemen, in the audience is my former kindergarten teacher. Could I ask her to come up on stage? Because you don't know this, but she is my lifelong inspiration, and she's a singer.
Wow.
So I went up, and I was so complimentary to him and how wonderful he was. And he said, would you do me the honor of letting me accompany you while you sing a few songs?
Jane.
And I thought, uh-oh. You know, you never know in an accompanist how they're going to be.
Of course.
He was fabulous. And he said, what key, what song? Well, it ended up, the two of us that had never worked together before, obviously.
A great duet, weren't you?
We had such a good time, and we entertained that Fairmont audience for about 20, 25 minutes.
Wow.
My little Billy.
All the way on the other side of the country. Do you see how it works? Do you see how it works? You touch lives all over, and you just never know who's listening, who's
true.
paying attention, who's watching, who's been an inspiration to you in your music career.
I think my mom.
Really?
Believe it or not.
Tell me about
my
her.
mother was, there are loads of other stars that I love, but she was a fine musician and very, very humble.
Wow.
And very shy.
Wow.
But she was incredible. You could put any piece of music in front of her, no matter what kind of music it was.
Yes.
She could play it.
Just like you.
She was, except I wasn't a very good sight reader. She was a terrific sight reader.
Okay.
I played by ear, and anything I heard I could play, and I could fake it.
Yes.
But she was a marvelous musician, and as I say, she was so modest and was so encouraging.
Wow.
Oh, she was the most wonderful mother in all the world, and I think her inspiration was that no matter what I did, she thought I would be able to succeed, and she told me that, which is a good lesson for all of us.
That's beautiful. Jane, tell me how there are some artists out there right now that don't have that. You know, sometimes parents aren't as supportive and, you don't need to do that music stuff. You're not going to make any money in that, girl. You better go to school and be a lawyer. Well, what's your advice to those students or to those young women out there that don't have that support?
Women or men. I have a son who has loved playing drums from the time he was 5 years old. And he took lessons from Buddy Rich. I don't know if you know who Buddy Rich is, but he was probably one of the finest drummers in the whole wide world.
Wow.
And I thought, this kid's got it.
Yes.
He really has it.
Yeah.
He didn't want to play piano because he didn't want the competition from both my husband, was also a musician, and I. So he decided to take up drum. And everybody would say to me, all my friends would say to me, oh, you know he can't make any money doing this. Why would you be encouraging him? And I thought, you have to tell any child
That's it.
to follow their heart.
Absolutely.
You can do anything in the world you want to do if you love to do it.
Yes.
And I feel so sorry for people whose parents say you should be a doctor, you should be a lawyer.
Right.
That's great if you want to be.
Right. But if you don't.
But if you don't, if you want to be a musician, no matter what anybody says, follow your heart.
That's it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I preach the same sermon, believe me. And if you really believe it in your heart, you will be successful no matter what.
And even if you're not monetarily successful,
Right.
you are successful in another way because you're
Right.
doing what you love.
Yes,
and
it'll
bringing
fit.
joy to people at the same time.
It's very true. It's very true. What have you learned about the music business that you would like to share? Give me one little piece of something.
One little piece, okay. It's tough.
Of course, of course.
There's no doubt about that. However, I think you have to realize that you need to know everything about the music business.
Woo.
Everything.
Yes.
You may think you're just a singer, and that's all you're ever going to need to know. Or if you play an instrument, no matter what it is, you're a bassist, you've got to know the business part of the business.
Yes.
And that's what you and I can talk about at another time.
Absolutely. So read books, Google, Billboard.com, Rolling Stone. I don't care what your source is. If you're serious about music, I don't care if you're a country singer, learn reggae. I don't care if you're a jazz singer, learn bluegrass. You need to know it all,
and
every
talk
aspect.
to people in the business that can be helpful to you.
Yes, gain yourself a mentor, right?
Absolutely.
Who's your mentor? Or who has been your mentor in the past?
Well, again, I think my mom.
She was your mentor.
She truly was.
There it is.
I know that sounds kind of silly to say, I guess.
No,
But
it's real.
She really was.
It's real. All right, they're telling me I got 2 minutes. This is really sad. Let's talk about the people that are coming to this show and they're not in Philly.
Great question. I'm so glad you talked about that. If you are in the New York area or coming from somewhere else and you're not going to be in the Philadelphia area, you can get tickets for the December 19th performance by going online to 54below.com.
And don't spell it out. Just 54below.com.
54below.com.
Perfect.
And then just click on tickets and you can get tickets that way. Or you can also call. There is a number somewhere or other. Here we go. It's 866-468-7619. But it's probably just easier to get to 54below.com.
Absolutely.
Get on there, punch in tickets, and hope I'm going to see you there.
There it is. You'll see me for sure. A holiday evening of love to New York City. Miss Jane Norman picks Ann. You guys, we have to thank Miss Jane Norman so much for blessing my mic with all that you bring.
It was such a pleasure, an absolute pleasure.
I can't wait to have you back. All right, you guys, got to let you know today's segment was brought to you by the Publicity and Advertising Division of American Advertising Services. For absolutely free advertising help, give these people a call. They're great people. 484-562-0060. Again, that's 484-562-0060. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys mean the world to me, and I hope that I can mean just a fragment of the world to you. See you next week.